The story begins with the goddess explaining how there are reincarnated people everywhere. So, the goddess was thinking about what to do with all these spare reincarnations. Her final conclusion was that if there's too many, thin their numbers. That's why she'll start a massacre among them. Sacred Kingdom of Midasiana. So many people are dead on the ground. One soldier is alive asking for mercy, but the girl sitting on the pile of bodies has no thought of showing mercy to anyone. She killed all these without even using her cheat skill that she got after reincarnating into this world. Her name is Kuki. Seeing soldiers standing in front of her, she asked them if they can really protect their country while being this frail. All the soldiers charge at her to protect their kingdom. Kuki looked at them with a smile, saying that she likes killing weak people, so she'll do her best to kill all of them. In an instant, she uses her dagger and cuts down all the soldiers. So many soldiers charged at her, but not even one was able to touch her. Inside the castle, the princess named Milia was talking to her father. She asked her father to hand her over to the reincarnated, but that reincarnator is here for her. But the king refuses her, saying that he will never let such a vile person come near her. She tried to talk to her, but the king didn't listen and asked her to not worry. He turned around and said to her that he had set up defenses against the reincarnated. Right then, a guy introduced himself. He's reincarnated and his name is Suzuki. Milia can't believe that a reincarnated is here to help them. King explained that in the past, in order to defeat the demon king, the goddess sent the reincarnated. But there were too many of them, 108 in total. After the demon king vanished, the purposeless reincarnated were unleashed upon the world. Each one of them is following their own path. Some became adventurers, other politicians, some blended in with the crowds. And some became villains. Suzuki said that he can't forgive any villain. He said that they, the reincarnated, were brought to this world to protect it, and even after the demon king was defeated, that hasn't changed. He sat on his knees and asked Milia to not worry, and told her that he will make sure to defeat the villains. Soldiers were also happy that they now have a trustworthy reincarnated who will save them. Then, the king told Suzuki that he had heard that the reincarnated have miracles bestowed upon them by the goddess, and people called that power cheat ability. Cheat abilities are the power source of all the reincarnated's power. It's rumored that some of these abilities can bend the laws of the very world, and some of them could destroy it outright. King asked Suzuki about his ability. Soldiers also wanted to know what kind of ability Suzuki possessed. It should be an amazing ability because he's one of the reincarnated who defeated the demon king. Suzuki proudly answered that his ability is body fortification magic. He explains that it's a kind of ability that just hardens one body. When Suzuki was about to tell how at first it was hard for him to use this ability because his original world doesn't have any magic, the king stopped him. The king said that the body fortification is a really common magic that even mage's apprentice can use. So it seems, their winning chances are close to none. Right then, Kuki entered the evil smile and was covered with blood. Immediately, Suzuki came in front of Milia asking her to stay behind. Kuki immediately guessed that Suzuki is a reincarnated, and Suzuki also confirms her guess. She said that if he's here to stand in her way, she'll kill him. Suzuki didn't waste a moment and immediately used his bodily fortification. With that, they both charge at each other to start their battle. But with just one kick from Kuki, Suzuki was sent flying and passed out after crashing into a wall. Seeing that Suzuki died so easily, the soldiers decided to run away. But the king stopped them. He said that whoever ran away from their duties will be executed. Kuki didn't waste a moment. She jumped high with an evil grin and easily cut down 2 soldiers into pieces. She went into a massacre mode and started killing all the soldiers. She cut down the heads of every single soldier while laughing maniacally. Milia was just standing seeing the massacre of her soldiers. Seeing the scene, she couldn't help but wonder why goddess reincarnated someone like Kuki in this world. Milia called Kuki a villain, and one of the worst among them. She's killing people just for fun. In the end, she has even cut down the head of the king. It turns out that Kuki didn't even realize that she had killed the king until the remaining soldiers raised their voices. The king had no aura, so she wasn't able to sense when she killed him. But it doesn't matter to her, the only one she wants is the princess. Seeing that Kuki is ready to kill the remaining soldiers, Milia asked her to stop by surrendering herself. But Kuki is already excited. She can't stop until she kills all of them. Right then everyone heard a voice saying bodily fortification. Suzuki came running and with just a punch, he sent Kuki flying. He looked toward Milia with a smile and asked her to not worry, he'll protect her. Right then, Kuki barely got up, filled with injuries. She asked Suzuki what he did just now. Hearing her question, Suzuki asked her what's wrong. She asked him to not act like a fool, and asked him how his punch was this strong. Normal bodily fortification can't do this much. So, Suzuki explained that he just built up his bodily fortification. It turns out that Suzuki can stack up his bodily fortification. Meaning, if he uses the spell again and again, he'll become infinitely strong without any limits. His cheat ability is surpassing the limit of bodily fortification. Right now, Suzuki most likely has the strongest body in the world. Kuki can't help but call his ability a cheat. Suzuki is ready to throw a punch asking her to not be surprised, because every reincarnated has a cheat ability. And when the punch landed, Kuki turned into a meat paste. All the servants and soldiers got really happy and started praising Suzuki. Right then, Milia got unconscious and was about to fall to the ground. Immediately, Suzuki ran toward her and caught her. When one soldier came running with a worried face, Suzuki told him to not worry, as she's just exhausted and will be fine. Meanwhile, the goddess was seeing everything from her 90s TV. She is happy because reincarnated people have started killing each other. She smiled and said, "The massacre begins now." Some years back, the king arrived at a place and saw all his soldiers dead, including his wife. Immediately, he asked the soldier about his daughter. When he opened the carriage door where his wife and daughter were sitting, he saw that his daughter was still alive. Without wasting a moment, the king took her daughter and in front of many people he announced his daughter as a saint and said that she is under the protection of the goddess. And at this place where Milia was declared a saint, the king decided to build his kingdom of Mediciana. In the present, Milia suddenly woke up like she just saw a bad dream. In front of her, Suzuki was standing who reminded her how she passed out after he fought the reincarnated. He also reminds her that her father was killed in front of her. Hearing the explanation, Milia asked Suzuki to go out because she wanted to think about the future. After a moment when Suzuki didn't leave the room, Milia asked him if there's something wrong. Suzuki asked her if that's all she had to say. He reminds her that he's the one who risked his own life and saved her. Hearing that, Milia shouts that she's grateful for his protection and said that her country is really small, so she can't give him much. Suzuki told her that there's one thing that she can give her, and that is her saintly virginity. He jumped on her saying that he risked his life, so she shouldn't resist and gave away her virginity like a good girl. But she refused to let him do as he pleases. Suzuki can't believe that she's stopping him and reminds her that she's supposed to fall in love with him after he saved her. But Milia said that she's not in love with him. Suzuki grabbed his head saying that this isn't how it's supposed to go. According to him, if he saved a girl, she should fall in love with him. He used his cheat skills and everything to kill that reincarnated. He said that he should have a harem for his deeds. Suzuki again asked her to fall in love with him and become a part of his harem, but she refused. In the end, he decided to use force. She asked him to stop, but he didn't listen. Because Suzuki has grabbed her neck, she can't even shout for help. Right then, Kuki appeared behind holding a dagger. Immediately, she stabbed him in the back. Both Milia and Suzuki are shocked seeing Kuki, who turned into a meat paste, alive and fine in front of them. Suzuki asked her how she's still alive. Hearing the question, Kuki sat in front of Suzuki and asked him if he thinks she's foolish enough to charge at a reincarnated. She explained that he had a little fun before her bloodbath. She blackmailed a wizard into using plastic surgery magic on rando adventurer she found. And then when Suzuki landed a punch at Kuki and sent her flying, she took the chance and switched with that rando adventurer, whose face is like Kuki after surgery. Hearing that story, Suzuki started shouting, calling her a coward and asked to fight with him using her cheat skill. But she refuses and stabs him one more time. She said that fighting using cheat skill is boring, because she'll win so easily whenever she uses her skill, so there's no point in fighting like that. She started laughing maniacally saying that there's no fun in an easy kill. She enjoys seeing the suffering and thrill to slow and miserable, painful experience in killing. While she was saying that, Suzuki was about to use his spell, but she immediately got serious and slit his neck. After killing him, she looked toward Milia and said that now it's her turn to have fun. She came near her and said that she had heard her little story. When Milia was young, she was in her mother's carriage when it was attacked by thieves. Everyone was killed, including Milia's beloved mother. But when rescue finally came, Milia was unscathed. Kuki asked her if she's just got overlooked by thieves because she was a child. Or did she have some hidden power to repel those bad thieves? Even though the details weren't clear, one rumor spread everywhere. And that rumor was that Milia received the goddess's protection. After stating the story, Kuki started shouting like a maniac, saying that if that story isn't true, she'll kill her. With that, she cut her throat while laughing. But immediately, her laughter came to halt. When she looked at Milia, her injury on the neck healed instantly. Without wasting a moment, Kuki stabbed her again and again. But even after stabbing hundreds of times, she didn't die, and her wounds healed instantly. Milia asked her to stop because she's just wasting her time. She told her that on the day when her mother was murdered, she had been killed. But instead, her wounds healed instantly. It was when she first became aware of the goddess's protection. And because of the goddess's blessing, she can never die. Hearing that, Kuki realized that a problem had appeared for her. If she can't kill a person she wanted to kill, it's a problem for her. Right then, Milia grabbed Kuki's hand and asked her to kill her. Even Kuki was shocked hearing that. Outside the castle, a grand holy knight came back to the kingdom. His knight's name is Argyle. All the soldiers around Argyle are just praising him and calling him the greatest knight of all time. On top of being the greatest knight, Milia is also his fiancée. Right then, a soldier from inside the castle came to Argyle and told him everything that happened while he was away. He learned that the king was killed by a reincarnated, and the villain reincarnated was killed by their reincarnated Suzuki. And Argyle's Milia has been in the same room since last night with Suzuki. He believes that Milia will not do anything shameless with Suzuki and just rush toward her room. Inside the room, Kuki stabbed Milia many times, but she didn't die. Until now, Kuki didn't use her cheat skill, so Milia asked her if she's not going to use her abilities. Milia asked her that because she thinks she might die after getting attacked by a reincarnated. Kuki said to her that her cheating skill doesn't work like that. Then, Kuki asked Milia why she wanted to die so desperately. Milia answered that her immortality is also a curse for her. Many people have killed one another for her immortality. And one of them was her father. Her father was a local feudal lord. He used her immortality to fulfill his own desires, and fought a war of independence. As time went on, her father was victorious. He would thank all who gathered under the name of the saint. The kingdom of Saint Mediciana was soon after founded. But even after founding the kingdom, the conflict didn't stop. As a saint, she had become useful and another dispute arose from it. People out there wanted to kill her, some wanted to steal, and many died in the process. And if she were to disappear, the kingdom would lose its legitimacy. As her father feared this most of all, he locked her up in the castle. She hasn't been able to go outside for years. In this small world, inside this castle, she's always thought. People just live and die, and life goes on. There's no meaning in continuing this cursed life. Hearing the story, Kuki understood her situation and decided to help her die. Kuki advises that they should leave this castle and meet a reincarnated. Kuki explained that there are 108 reincarnated, so from them, one might be able to kill her using his abilities. Hearing that, Milia thanked her for helping her. Kuki didn't care about her thanks, because she was going to kill all the reincarnated anyway. With that, they decided to go on a journey to kill Milia. After a while, when Argyle entered the room, Milia and Kuki were already gone. One soldier looked outside the window and called him. Outside, Milia and Kuki are walking together like friends. Some soldiers stopped her and asked her to surrender. So, she told her that she's taking the princess for a walk. It turns out that soldiers weren't able to tell that beside Kuki, the girl is their princess, because of the blood. When they realized it's princess, Milia asked them to put down their weapons. Hearing that, the soldier got confused, wondering what he should do now. Right then, Argyle appeared in front of them and said that he's here to reside Milia. Seeing him, Milia asked Kuki to be careful. She explained that this person is the strongest knight of their country, and is rumored to be as strong as a reincarnated. She also told her that he's her fiancé. Kuki didn't care and moved forward. She asked Argyle where he came from. Argyle pointed at the window far away and said that he jumped from there and landed here. Kuki started laughing when she heard that, and said that if he was in her world, he would have won a gold medal for that. With a maniac smile on her face, she said that for his little stunt, she wanted to kill him even more. Argyle is also ready to fight. Argyle said that he needs to eliminate this reincarnated and save the princess. Hearing that Argyle wanted to beat her, Kuki asked him if he really thinks he can beat her. She isn't calling him by his real name, but she calls him fiancé because he is the princess' future husband. Seeing that Argyle is ready to fight Kuki, Milia tries to stop him by asking him to not go against this person. She told him that this person is reincarnated, and if he fights her, he'll most likely die. She asked him to forget about her and save himself. But even in this situation, Argyle flatters Milia saying that she is still as thoughtful as she's beautiful. He said to Milia that for her, any expression other than a smile doesn't suit her. Then, Argyle said that he's been thinking about something for a while. One day, these people who call themselves reincarnates appeared, each of them having extraordinary supernatural powers known as cheat skills, and were given to them by the goddess. Saying that, he shouts, "Well, isn't that such a convenient story?" He told them that he thinks these reincarnates are just a bunch of charlatans with a certain level of skill. Argyle knows that they won't go down that easily. Saying that, he brings out his sword, ready to fight because there's no other choice. He said that he'll become the reincarnated slayers. The next moment, Argyle jumped toward Kuki and attacked her. Kuki was able to dodge the attack at the last moment, but Argyle didn't stop. He kept on attacking her without giving her a single moment to attack back. Kuki realizes what he's doing. She realizes that Argyle's movements are fast, and his sword skills are swift. But what's troubling her the most is he hasn't let up since that first surprise attack. She licked the blood on her face thinking that once Argyle knew that if once got the advantage on the enemy, never give them a moment to rest. That's the golden rule of a fight, she understands this very well. Her body aches for retaliation, and this man has the intent to kill her. All of this is making her excited. Right then, Argyle jumped to land a powerful hit asking Kuki to die. Seeing the attack, Kuki smiled and said okay. She deflected Argyle's attack with her leg and then jumped back to create some distance. When Kuki created some distance, Milia was really happy. But Argyle isn't scared, he said with a serious tone, "That's pretty shallow of you, reincarnate." Saying that, he threw a very powerful attack toward her, Ding Blad Ki. The Shining Blade. This attack was really powerful and created a shock wave towards Kuki. She was still in the air and had no way to dodge the incoming attack. The attack hit her and inflicted a very deep wound in her stomach. When Kuki fell on the ground, Milia ran toward her to check her. Argyle saw her on the ground and praised her saying that no one was ever able to survive this long enough to see his shining blade. He said that her ability to survive as long as possible was quite amazing. Milia saw Kuki thinking that she's dead. But at that moment, she got up like she didn't even get injured. She is just worried about her shirt that got cut in it. Milia realizes that she's covered in so much more blood than before. Kuki saw Milia and asked her to lend her a shoulder for a little bit. Milia did just that and helped Kuki get up. Seeing that Kuki can't even stand on her own, Milia thought that now she can't fight anymore. At that moment, Argyle spoke, asking Milia to get away from the reincarnate. He said to Milia that he knows she's a king soul who sympathizes with all, but Argyle reminds her that this reincarnate has committed the act of regicide. There is no better punishment than death for the likes of her. When he finished his little speech, Kuki started laughing. She said that what he said was so awful. Kuki said that he got serious suddenly. She told him that she knows he's desperate and reminded her that the king is dead, and Milia has become a new queen. Which means Argyle has become the king. Kuki asked him if he's trying to kill her because after she died, Argyle will have everything at his fingertips. All the women, power, and money imaginable will be his. Hearing that, Argyle called her a lowlife. He said that his thoughts are pure and true, they're only for Milia. His love is true only to Milia. He told her that he loves Milia with all his heart, and he loves this kingdom just as much. This land protects its people and its culture. It is for this reason why Argyle became a soldier. He raised his hand saying to Milia that with her on his side, they will rule this kingdom together for the lifetime with happiness. Hearing that, Kuki laughed saying that this is the corniest bull she has ever heard. She said that she lost and then threw Princess toward Argyle saying that this is his prized loot. Argyle Princess in his arms happily. But before he could say anything, the princess spat out a mouthful of blood. It turns out that Kuki has launched an attack at her. First, her sword pierced Milia, and because the sword had some length, it also pierced Argyle's stomach. With that, Kuki started laughing like a maniac. She is laughing seeing the face that Argyle made after getting stabbed. Argyle also realized that this was all Kuki's plot just to get close to him and attack him. Then, Kuki put her foot on Argyle's body and asked him if he had anything else to say. She told him if he begged for his life, she'll not laugh at him. Even when the death is so close to Argyle, he's still worried about Milia and asks Kuki about what she is intending to do with her. She made a monstrous face asking Argyle to now worry about her, but worry about himself. Saying that, she threw a final attack to end Argyle's life. But at the last moment, Milia jumped in and took the attack on her back. She is immortal, so this little attack will have no harm to Milia. After taking the attack, Milia looked toward Kuki and asked her to not kill Argyle. Hearing that, Kuki asked Milia why she's jumping in now to save someone. She has already killed so many soldiers and her father. She didn't do anything then, but now she's trying to save someone. Milia answered that Argyle is her responsibility. She needs someone to stand in her place. Kuki said that she killed all the soldiers, and asked Milia if she wants Argyle all for herself. Hearing that, Milia said that she's not selfish. She threatens Kuki, saying that if she kills Argyle, she will not let her kill her. Because Kuki desperately wanted to kill Milia, she decided to let Argyle live. With that, Kuki and Milia left the castle. Behind them, Argyle was asking Milia to stop, but she didn't listen. While walking, Kuki said that whenever she finally gets out of this kingdom, she's killing the first villager she sees. Rest in peace whoever that villager is going to be, and this is the end. There are only 4 chapters for now. I will cover more after they are released.